Afternoon, Grant. Down here at the Heffernan Utility Stadium after we've drawn 0-0 against Stocksbridge in our final pre-season game. What was your thoughts on that 90 minutes?
Yeah, another sort of 90 minutes where, we tried to look at a few different things. We started with a different formation that we've not actually used sort of throughout pre-season, just based on, players we've lost or that are away and not available for first game. We just wanted to try something today. So we started that for the first 10-15 minutes. I think after that it were obvious that weren't going to work for us. So we changed that and went to a different formation, which obviously then sort of we then started to grow into the game. First half, thought we sort of huffed and puffed a little bit, but sort of the quality weren't great, I don't think, from both teams in the final third. So that kind of sort of filtered out the game, I think, really. But thought the second half, I thought we were fantastic. Thought we were on front foot, played in good areas, worked it short when it went on to work short, and sort of put good quality in behind at the right times as well. But just obviously didn't have that end product to sort of finish, to sort of finish any moves off. But I thought the second half, we were sort of more of what we want: aggressive, high tempo, front foot. Sort of camped in there final third for quite a lot of that second half, which is what we're going to aim to do sort of as the season moves forward.
Yeah, obviously in terms of the test that we had for the final game, obviously we've played teams step 5, step 6. Obviously today we're a team actually in our league. I mean, if the lads wanted to see what kind of test we're going to get for the next 38 games this season, they've seen it in that 90 minutes, haven't they, in terms of how hard teams are going to be to break down this season.
To be fair, you've hit nail on head, Damo. Yeah, absolutely. There'll be no easy games in this league. I've said it for a long time. I think it's as strong as it's ever been, and you have to earn every single point or 3 points that you get. And if you're not at it for 95 minutes, you'll find that you'll find it difficult. Stocksbridge are, like you said, they're a team that have sort of lost a lot of players, but brought a lot in. They've got a good manager, good way of playing, so that they'll be difficult. And like I said, I thought they were dangerous on set pieces, which we defended really well. And like you say, listen, you go into the last game of pre-season, keep a clean sheet, created a few chances that we didn't take, then we can't be too disappointed. Like I said, definitely more happy with the second half than the first, but I think that's probably more down to us changing the formation at the start of the game, and then we had to sort of build into it. So I'd probably put that down to us rather than anything to do with the players, really.
Yeah, obviously that brings an end to our pre-season. How would you sum it up as a whole in terms of how you felt it's gone and if it's been a benefit to you?
I think it's been a good pre-season. I think we've won the games we'd expect to win. Lost the game we expected potentially that you would think we would lose against Worksop, but that was one of his best performances, to be fair. But yeah, in regards to it all, listen, pre-seasons, they're awful whether you're full-time or not full-time. But when you're not full-time, it's difficult to ever get your starting 11 out that you're thinking about using because players go on holiday or pick up niggles. So we've not had sort of a settled 11 that we've, and probably still there's 2 or 3 places we're still unsure about maybe going into next week. But that's good because we had a few players that come on today and really positively affected game, which gives us something to really think about moving towards Barnoldswick next week, which will be a tough game against a good team away from home in FA Cup. So lots to think about this week. We'll train and set up a plan to go there and hopefully get a victory.
Yeah, you mentioned there about the subs that came on today. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen competition for places in terms of who's going to start next week for quite a while in terms of the quality from the 11 that started, the people that came on. Also got a good knit of 20-21 players now. It's quite exciting, to be fair, isn't it?
It is. It's really exciting. The strength in depth, probably the best we've had as a management team, really, wherever we've been. I think, you look at the bench and you're sort of replacing players that are very like for like. You know what I mean? And it's sort of a gnat away from who's going to play and who's not going to play, really, in regards to certain positions on pitch. But non-league, you can't pay everyone, so you're never going to keep 21 players happy for a long period of time. So there will obviously, over the next week or so, be probably players that want to go and play. But like I said, we want to try and keep 16, 17, 18 players really sort of competitive and sort of pushing each other. I think that's what you need to be successful at this level. and hopefully the lads that we've got, and I think a lot of them do, have bought into that they need to be at the top of the game to play, and if they're not, they'll come out of the team and then they'll fight their way back in. So yeah, really looking forward to it now to get going for real, and fingers crossed we have a good start to the season.
You know, speaking of start season, next week it starts by Knowleswick away. As a club for the last 8-9 years, it's been a curse, the FA Cup, always out the first time of asking. You've also had some good FA Cup runs in your management career. You'll obviously be looking to get off to a good start next week.
Yeah, obviously, fingers crossed. It's a cup that we've done well in, you know, quite a few times as a management team, me and Norb. So it's something we put a lot of effort and a lot of pride into, and we'll play a strongest team to go to a tough game away at Knowleswick to try and get us in there. You know, I think a good cup run generates a lot of positivity around cup fever and all that, and obviously generates income for clubs. So we'll be going there to go and like I said, gain everything we've got to try and get through to that next round, and fingers crossed have a good cup run.
Nice one, Grant. More than today. We'll see you next Saturday.